Hi everyone. I'm so excited today because I just received this wonderful box that contains the Sinclair ZX Spectrum Next. Now, I have ordered this about 3 years ago, a little bit over 3 years ago, from a Kickstarter campaign that promised to deliver the next generation of the 8-bit computer that was released in 1982, the ZX Spectrum, which I had when I was a little kid. And when I saw this Kickstarter campaign, I was over the moon. So I ordered it, and I was supposed to receive it in August 2021. But because of COVID, there was shortages in supply all over the world. And I ended up receiving it almost over 3 years later. Now we're in January 2024. So I can't wait to open this box and see what's inside. Before we open it, actually, I just want to note the inside joke that says tape cutting error, which is we used to get a tape loading error when we were loading programs from the cassette tapes back then. So this is an error that we used to get all the time, and I love that they put that error message here in the same font that the Sinclair Spectrum uses. And I also ordered the accelerated version of this computer, where we can see here it says ACC, so that means I did get the accelerated version. So let's open it and see what's inside. So this is a very sturdy box, which I'm very glad that they made it very sturdy, because this was shipped all the way from China to England to North America, and it's been a long journey. So here we go. So the box is really neatly packed very well inside with this styrofoam thing, which really protects it. And let's take it out and see how it looks. It is very well packed. And as we can see here, here's the ZX Spectrum Next personal computer in all its glory. And this is the Kickstarter 2 campaign, so the color here is red, whereas the Kickstarter 1, that background here was blue, and this is how you distinguish between the two of them. And here we see the logo TB Blue, and this is the name of the FPGA board that is used inside this computer, which contains the emulation of the Z80 chip. Just to note here that this is actually a personal computer. This is not a console. This is not something that you can just play games with. This is an actual computer. You can program, you can do a lot of things with, and it actually emulates all the previous versions of the Sinclair Spectrum from the ZX81 even. So I believe it emulates the ZX81, Sinclair ZX Spectrum, ZX Spectrum Plus, then the Plus 2 and the Plus 3, and the ZX Spectrum 128K. So all of those are emulated on this. Plus you get the ZX Spectrum Next, which has an advanced version of the basic programming language and a lot of new capabilities that makes it more modern and opens a whole world for developers to build games and build new software on this new computer. So this is just the beginning of a long journey of what is capable with this wonderful machine. So let's look at the back of the box. Quickly, we see that I love how they put the pictures of some of the games that are included in this package, and one that I recognize right away is The Way of the Exploding Fist. Now, this was a very, very popular title that was cherished by all of us who owned this computer back then. I think everybody had this game. Another one I recognize right away is Head Over Heels, which is a 3D take, and at the time 3D was something that was not very common in games, so this is something that was really well done. We also get all of the specs of the computer. Processor, of course, it's the Z80 CPU emulated by FPGA. Memory 1 meg, I believe, which is very low, but still it is what it is, and it's all that you need for this computer. And then you go through all of the specs, operating system, graphics, etc. One thing I also want to point out that they did a twist on the original design with those colors here on the side. So that was a nice twist on the design. And this was designed also by the same people who designed the original computer. So this is just very, very nostalgic and beautiful. So the plastic cover has been removed, and I'm just going to open this for the first time to see what it looks like. Now the packaging is really nicer than the original, I have to say. So let's open this. Oh wow. There we go. The new ZX Spectrum Next in all its glory. Let's open it and pick it up and see what it looks like. There you go. Now I just want to quickly show you a few things. So from the front we have the joystick ports, and they're 9-pin joystick ports. I'm going to come back to this in a minute. In the back you will see what you normally expect. So you have the DC power here. You have multiple ways to connect it to either a TV using a VGA port, or you have the HDMI port. You also here have a port to connect it with a mouse or another keyboard, which is pretty interesting. We also have here the ear and the audio out ports, and what this would allow you to do is actually connect it to a cassette tape, so you can load programs the same way you used to load them 40 years ago from a cassette tape, which is fantastic. A lot of people still have those games on cassette, so they can actually use them. From the side here we have the SD card, which comes preloaded inside. Now I'm not going to pull this out before I turn on the computer. We also have the reset button and the power button. So that's pretty much it. In the back, we actually have these two stands here to make the computer sit at an angle, to make it more comfortable. And one thing I want to show here with the 9-pin joysticks, ports, what this would allow you to do is actually use an Atari joystick. Now a lot of people are using Campton, asking around the Facebook group what kind of joystick they can use. On my original ZX Spectrum, I've actually always used an Atari joystick, and I just managed to get a new Atari 2600 Next, or Plus actually, not Next, which comes with one of these joysticks. And the amazing thing is that I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Now let's try that. So I'm going to try, this is a 9-pin joystick, so it actually fits quite wonderfully. So this is amazing. I can actually, 40 years later, I'm actually using the same old joystick that I used 40 years ago with my Atari 2600 with the Sinclair ZX Spectrum Next. And you can pick one of these up on Amazon for just $25, and it works great. So, so here we go. This is a nice hack for those who want a joystick to use with this computer. I also want to quickly compare it to the original ZX Spectrum Plus. So we see that it's almost about the same width. Length is definitely thicker. In the back you kind of have the same, some of the same adapters, but not much. and the reset button used to be here on this one, and in the back, this one used to come with these two also stands. So they've kind of captured a lot of the original computer aesthetics in this new one. So now that we've looked at the computer, let's look at what else is in the box. So here we have the quick start guide. I mean, it's just amazing how nice they printed all these things. I mean, this is all printed in color, it's embossed, it's amazing. And a lot of people in the Facebook group are asking questions about how to start the computer and how to get certain things to work. And I believe that everything is included in this leaflet here. So please read it. I think it's going to be worth every minute. The other thing that we see here is the user manual. Now, they did say that they're going to include a printed user manual, which is really nice to have. I mean, I love the design on this little book here, and it's actually printed in color. This is going to be my reading for the next month, because here I want to show you how this thing is actually printed in color, so it's fantastic. Now, I actually did have, before receiving this computer, I did have two different versions of this manual in PDF form that I was able to get from the Facebook group. So you can always do that if you're curious on what's in this manual, and you can also buy it. I think they're selling it for about $30 or something like that. But it is included, and it's fantastic. And actually, I would just want to show you how it compares with the old manual. So look at the design that they've actually made the drawing similar to the old one, but like more futuristic. And I love that it's in blue. So just saying. Now, finally, let's look at this box here. Now, I think this is where we're going to have all the other good stuff. So here we have the DC power adapter, and you have Sinclair written on it, which is fantastic. And you have a little on-off switch with the Spectrum colors. Now, what's interesting about this is that it comes with multiple plugs here for different parts of the world. Now, I believe in North America, we're going to be using this one. So that's the one here that we use. So there we go. And that's it. So fantastic experience. I love their attention to detail, and I have to give it to the team that made this happen. A lot of Kickstarter campaigns just take your money and disappear, and they could have easily used the pandemic as an excuse to not go ahead with this campaign, but this shows the dedication of the team behind this project. And I think they did hint that there's going to be another Kickstarter campaign, number 3. So I'm actually looking forward for this. So keep your eyes open. Check out their website. I'm going to put the link below this video. And I'm going to be shooting another video soon with this thing connected to a monitor so we can actually see it in action.